Sairam students, welcome back to the third session of chapter 8, that is static electricity. So before starting with today's session children, let's revise what we have learnt in the second session. So children, in the second session we had seen about the various experiments. First experiment was about the straw, right? Taking straw, and we saw about the two types of charges, when it is charged, when it gets attracted and when it gets repelled. Then we saw about the flow of the water and the electrically charged comb. Then we saw about the balloon getting stick to the wall, and then we saw about the thermocol ball and the mustard seeds. We put it in a bottle, and there also we saw about the static electricity. Last experiment we saw about the uncharged aluminium ball and a balloon. So all these examples were related to the static electricity. Lastly, we saw about the gold leaf electroscope. This gold leaf electroscope, it was a device used to detect the electric charge on an object. So in that also we took a charged object and we saw that the gold leaves, they move away from each other. And when the charged object was removed, the gold leaves, it came back to its original position, that is the closed position, right? So today let's start with about the lightning strike and lightning conductor. So children, you in the rainy season you hear a lot of thundering and lightning, right? So you also hear about the news that the lightning occurred and many people died, right? So this lightning, it may fall on a tree, it may fall on a building, and because of this what can happen? The person may die, or the tree may die, or animals may die, right? So we'll see what happens when there is a lightning, when there is a lightning strike. So let's see about lightning. So when air and the clouds, they rub against each other, the upper side of some clouds, the upper part, it becomes positively charged. So this is what it is. The upper part of the cloud, it becomes positively charged, and the lower part of the cloud, it becomes negatively charged. So consider a cloud in the sky, and the negative charge on the bottom of the cloud, which is, see, this is your negative charge on the bottom of the cloud, and right, it's above the plain ground. This is your plain ground. So what happens when the negative charge on the bottom of the cloud, it becomes much larger than the charge on the ground? It starts flowing on the ground in stages, and this happens very quickly, so fast, in less than a second, and heat, light and sound energy, they are also produced along with the electric current. So now let's see in detail. So when air and clouds, they rub against each other in the sky, the upper part of some clouds on the upper side, it becomes positively charged, and the lower side, it becomes negatively charged. So as I told you in the diagram. Then what happens? Consider a cloud in the sky with a negatively charged base above the plain ground. So when this negative charge on the bottom of the cloud, it becomes much larger than the charge on the ground, it starts flowing towards the ground in stages. This happens very fast, in much less than a second, and heat, light and sound energy, they are produced along with the electric current. So this was all about lightning. Now we'll see about the lightning strike. So what happens in lightning strike? Whenever there are electrically charged clouds in the sky, electricity, it gets attracted towards the tall building or a tree. So when these electrically charged clouds, they pass over in the sky, so they get electricity, it gets attracted towards the tall building or the tree. And then when lightning strikes, an opposite charge is generated on the roof of a building or on the top of a tree by induction. So when this lightning occurs, what happens? A opposite charge is generated. And where is it generated? On the roof of a building or on the top of a tree. And this happens because of induction. So due to attraction, between the opposite charges on the cloud and the building, the charge on the cloud flows towards the building, and this is called as lightning strike. So what happens? Because of the opposite charges, it occurs an attraction. So where does the attraction occur? Between the cloud and the building, right? So the charge which is there on the cloud, it flows towards the building, and this is called as lightning strike. Now let's move to the next one. Next one is about the lightning conductor. Now this lightning conductor, children, it is a device used to protect the damage, used to protect from the lightning strike, right? So whenever this lightning strike occurs, if this device is installed, then it can prevent the damage to the building. Now let's see what is there in this experiment. In this device. Now this is the lightning conductor, right? You can see this is the building and this is a copper strip. Now this device, it consists of a long copper strip with one end it is forked. This is called as the forked end, right? And the other end, it is connected to the plate of cast iron, right? What is cast iron? It is a mixture of iron and carbon, right? And carbon content is more than the iron, so that's why it is called as cast iron. So this copper strip, it is connected, the upper end of the copper strip, it is connected to the highest part of the building, and the other end, as I told you, it is connected to the cast iron plate. Now a pit is dug into the ground and coal and salt both are put into the pit, right? So, and after that, this cast iron plate, it is kept in the upright position on the coal and the salt. Also, there is a provision for pouring water in it. So, and this helps to spread the electric charge quickly, right? And prevent the damage from the building, prevent the damage to the building, right? So, what happens whenever there are electrically charged clouds in the sky, right? When they pass over this building, what happens? The electric charges flowing towards the building, they are conducted into the ground. Now suppose the cloud is passing over from here, electrically charged. So what happens? Then this electric charges, it flows into the ground through the copper strip and it prevents the damage to the building, right? Now let's see in detail. So this lightning conductor, it is a device used to protection from a lightning strike. It consists of a long copper strip with one end forked, and this end, it is at the highest part of the building, and the other end of the strip, it is connected to the plate of cast iron. A pit is dug in the ground. Coal and salt are filled into the pit and the iron plate, it is placed upright in the pit. There is also a provision for pouring water into it. This helps to spread the electric charge quickly into the ground and prevent the damage. So this was about the lightning conductor. Now, whenever the electrically charged cloud, it passes over the building, the electric charge flowing towards the building, they are conducted into the ground through the copper strip and the damage to the building is prevented. And when such lightning conductor earthing, it is fixed on a tall building, the surrounding area is also protected from the lightning. Now suppose this lightning conductor earthing, it is fixed in your building, right? So the area which is surrounded to your building, that also will get protected from this lightning strike. So this is a good advantage of it. So with this, children, we finish our chapter static electricity. So I hope you have understood what we have seen today. So let's recap what we have learned today. First, we saw about the lightning, then we saw about the lightning strike, and then finally we saw about the lightning conductor. So in lightning we had seen the clouds also, the upper part of the cloud is positively charged and the lower part of the cloud it is negatively charged, right? So whenever this negatively charged bottom of the cloud is negatively charged, it becomes much larger than the ground. Then what happens? It starts flowing in the ground in stages, right? And it happens so fast in less than a second that heat, light and sound energy, they are also generated along with the electric current, right? Then we saw about the lightning strike, right? This lightning strike, so whenever these electrically charged clouds are there in the sky and the electricity is generated on the top of a building or on a tree. So what happens? Opposite charges get attracted from the cloud to the building, right? And this is called as the lightning strike. And then we saw about the lightning conductor. It's a device used for protection from lightning strike, and this device, it is placed, it consists of a copper strip with two ends. One end is at the highest part of the building, which is in the forked position, and the other end it is put it in on the other end it is connected to the plate of cast iron, right? So by installing this device, what happens? We can prevent the damage to the building from the lightning strike. And whenever this type of lightning conductor earthing, it is fixed on a tall building, the surrounding area which is there near your building, that also gets prevented or protected from the lightning strike.